to SOW Ignition 64. We are live from the Cow Palace in San Francisco, California, coming off of an excellent SOW Straightaway 2025. And we have quite a bit to go through tonight. The World Tag 500 will be starting with the first two round one matches. But before we can get into any of that, first I have to say I will be alone on commentary tonight, as I'm sure you can hear. And we will be opening the show here with some word from our, well, I guess you're about to see right now. It'll be Gion Carey, Hera, and Carrie Alice. All of them have their own bits of news that they want to get out here at the beginning of the show, top of the hour. So let's see what they have to say. It has been quite some time since we've had Carrie Alice here on SOW television. He's been managing things in the back as the head of creative for quite some time. Instead, we've had Hera handling things here on Ignition. And of course, on Overclock and High Gear, Gion Carey has been in charge. Seems that there is something that they have brought into the ring. Last time we had a podium like that in the ring, they unveiled the new belt. We'll have to see what they're going to show us this time. Oh, women's titles? The tag division, okay. Oh, no, that is an interesting difference between the men's tag titles and the women's tag titles. Being able to hold the tag belts as well as a singles belt, that's something that we have not seen as a possibility in SOW so far. The closest we came was when Chikara had the opportunity to win the world title and then still had an opportunity to become the #1 contenders to the tag titles in the future. That makes sense. Though I'm not sure, will we have 8 teams? I guess if we don't have 8 teams, it'll be the top however many. If we don't have more than 8 teams, I should say. I'm sure we'll have 8 by the time the World Tag comes around, but perhaps they'll lower the number and they're just hoping for 8 right now. The original World Tag 500, of course, was 4 teams. Oh, and since we're proceeding to Swiss, that'll actually make it a lot easier to add or remove teams from the contention. I mean, you'll have to have an even number, otherwise somebody will always be left out of a Swiss round, and that's not fair. But, yeah, that means we can have 6, or we could have 8, or we can even have 10 now, without changing the structure of the tournament that much. Oh.
5 minutes gone.
So what, the current champions won't fall under these new rules? Oh! Okay, that's actually unexpected that Death Row would agree to compete in this tournament with their titles on the line. Lots of information is coming here. It's actually kind of tough to keep up. I guess I'll have to summarize this a little bit for myself later. So far, bullet points. Women's tag divisions and women's tag titles will be coming next spring. The women's tag division is coming now, but the tag title's next spring. The World Tag 500 is now a Swiss tournament, and it sounds like Wrestling Television Championship, and there it is! Oh wow, that's beautiful. Okay, so that's what the belt was hiding. What belt was hiding under the podium, under that sheet? It was the new Wrestling Television Championship, which is replacing the Ignition title. And it's currently vacant. So I suppose that means that Death Panther's Ignition Championship title reign has officially ended as of today. Now the belt will be vacant until Ignition 70, where a new champion, or potentially Death Panther again, will be crowned. I wonder what they'll do with that vacant time period if Death Panther just wins the television title. Will they consider it just a second run? Well, coming right off of that, we have women's tag action. This is the Bangers, consisting of Ha-eun and I-KO, and they're going to be taking on the team that has been making a lot of waves here at SOW. Despite their very short time competing together, it is going to be KEIKO and Ayama, which kind of makes this a full JTW course. Every single woman in this match is a member or former member of the JTW roster. Coming out to KEIKO's music this time. Very interesting how these two have been working together. I think, is this the first time that they've actually come out in the same entrance, or maybe they did at Overclock as well? I wasn't for commentary on that show, so I can't actually fully remember all the entrances. Very, very interesting dynamic these two have had. I mean, realistically, if you had thought KEIKO was gonna team up with anyone, you would have thought she would have joined up with the other two members of the Undead Dolls stable that she, Ha-eun, and I-KO had all started together in JTW. But instead, she's joined up with a well-known and long-time enemy of the Dolls, who now, I guess, is the only doll remaining in this match. Crazy enough to say. Ayama Hanazono. Early tag to Ha-eun there. I-KO seemingly at her, oh my god. KEIKO kicks Ha-eun out of the ring twice there. Ha-eun comes back, snapmare, sends her across the ring a bit. Takeover into a side headlock. KEIKO tries to roll free, but gets caught. Front necklock still applied. Now KEIKO's got the arm. Twisting it. Focusing a little more on the wrist here. This is very good work, but gets reversed into a headlock, reverses that into her own headlock, and now a necklock from KEIKO, snapmare, hammerlock applied, bridging hammerlock, oh my god! Both KEIKO and Daya used that bridging hammerlock in their moveset. It's something that they picked up when they were still teaming together back in JTW. Crazy to see Ha-eun pull it out so early in this match. Now it's Ha-eun and Ayama going band for band there. This is a matchup we have seen time and time and time again. The Dolls were a massive menace, a huge thorn in the side of Ayama when she was the JTW Queen Champion.
5 minutes gone.
I said Queen, it's Queen of Queens. Oh my God, no way, what's up? Some shades of Team 3D there. Nice dodges by Daya, but Ayama quick to respond back, not perturbed by Do's antics. Huge knee strike to the chin. And Ha-eun takes that chance to tag out. No longer wants to be the one taking the brunt of the blows in this match. Oh my God, Nashko is stomping away at the stomach of Ayama here. A little more aggression than we've ever seen from Adashko. Hammerlock, body slam. Few side body knee strikes there from KEIKO, and now band for band between KEIKO and Adashko. Ayama was able to take down Do in their exchange, and it looks like KEIKO also has the advantage over Adashko. More knee strikes, goes for the cover, but Adashko kicks out before the ref even counts the one. Sends KEIKO to the ropes, KEIKO off the ropes. Boom! And now it's Ha-eun tagged back in again. Once again, for those at home who do not watch much JTW content, these two have a long history as a team, similarly to Adashko and Do's history.
2 minutes gone.
The Dolls, the Undead Dolls stable,
4.
very successful as a group in terms of tag competition, both tag and trios.
6.
Do pulled out that chair, but it seems to have
7.
backfired on her as she got launched into it. And KEIKO starting to really take control in this match. Snaps the arm. Series of knee strikes again. And Ha-eun tags out. There's that Argentine body press. Scissors whip. KEIKO continuing to be dominant here, but gets caught. Arm wrench into a Northern Lights. Manages to break it at 2. And now it's Ayama tagged back in against Adashko. Gets drop kicked out of the ring by KEIKO. Punch to the gut from Ayama. Adashko, once again, that Northern Light suplex, but this time way too close to the ropes. Stiff kick to the chest, followed by a stiff one to the head as well. Ha-eun is taunting Ayama, and back to stomping at the stomach of Ayama is Adashko. Ayama's back up before Adashko, showing that even though the damage has been dealt, Adashko's taken far more from the punishment she's been dealt out by KEIKO in this match. In the previous matches we've seen, it was Ayama doing a good brunt of the work. But so far in this match, it's been almost all KEIKO. Ayama's just been picking up the pieces. Oh, for a moment there, it looked like Adashko was about to get one of her big butterfly suplexes off. Those neon butterfly suplexes. Oh my God, Ayama baited her in, moved her leg at the last second, and then just caught Adashko. There's a boot to the chin, picks her up, and Adashko's fighting her off. Oh, crucifix driver! That gets a quick breakup from KEIKO. And now, both Ayama and KEIKO backdrop to Ha-eun. Ayama tossing Adashko out of the ring. Tags to KEIKO. And there goes KEIKO pointing. Oh, she was calling for Katana but got caught. Northern Lights. There's a vertical suplex. And now going for another. No, it's the super kick. 6. Count up to 6 as Adashko slips back into the ring and immediately goes to the tag to Ha-eun. And a snap suplex into the turnbuckle from Ha-eun. Jesus. Ha-eun goes up top, comes off the top, hip drop. 1, 2. KEIKO had to kick out because Ayama was properly cut off by Adashko there. Ducks under the head scissors attempt or the Frankensteiner attempt. So KEIKO hits a big knee instead. Now it's Ha-eun and KEIKO back and forth here. Rolling gunman giddy! And the Katana! For the cover! And Adashko breaks it up. Ayama doesn't even try to stop her. Looking very unconcerned. That hip toss countered with a stunner. Adashko's doing her best to pull her weight here in this matchup. That enziguri knocked her loopy for a moment at least. And once again, Ha-eun kicked out of the ring by KEIKO. It's what, the 3rd time in this match?
2.
20-minute call. Ha-eun catches KEIKO in a headlock. Very solid set of reversals there. Block with a shoulder tackle, catches her, Hurricane Rana into the roll-up. Cut play's already out, it looks like. Oh, nice dodge there from Ha-eun. Oh, but she takes too long to capitalize, gets hit with a knee strike right to the dome. Deep cover from KEIKO, but it isn't enough. And now, massive facebuster into the half crab. That move is something that is used to a heavy degree by Ayama, as this crowd is asking these women to keep on going. They are down with what these women are selling in the ring right now. Moonsault fall. 1, 2, no. Tosses her to the ropes, but gets blocked. Tosses her back to the ropes again. Low drop kick, kicks the legs out from under KEIKO. And now sends her into the corner, but that's her own corner. So she shoves her to the center and kicks her in the head. And again, Jesus Christ. KEIKO, drop kick, knocks her back and goes for the tag. Can't blame her after all those kicks to the head. Arm drag to Ayama. attempts a double team move in the corner. Ha-eun with the moonsault fall on Ayama. KEIKO makes the, goes to make the save, doesn't need to as Ayama kicks out at 2. And now she's exiting the ring. Headlock followed by another headlock with some punches this time. Comes off the ropes. Big lariat into the cover. 1, 2, no. Ayama's still in this. A series of elbow strikes takes Doe to the mat. Doe fighting off. Arm breaker. Jumping arm breaker. And now the bridging hammerlock. But Ayama will not tap out. Zed manages to slip the grip of Ha-eun there. Another headlock. More punches. And now she's tagging in a Dashko. Are they going to go for that double hip attack? Ayama fighting them off. Cutlass! Oh, Ayama with the butterfly suplex. Kick to the chest. Kick to the leg. Band for band. One more time. I don't know who is going to come out on top. The kicks to the legs have to be hurting Ayama, but oh my god, Ayama back up! Back! Spinning back kick! The spinning heel kick, I mean! 1, 2! No! Dashko survives the spinning heel kick! I thought for sure that was it, to be honest. But maybe the work to the legs really did reduce Ayama's striking potency. Now Dashko looks to be starting to take back momentum, but we got the 1 minute call. Tombstone! Or no, that's just a pile driver, sorry. Doesn't go for the cover though. Oh my god! Oh my god! Pyramid driver! 30 seconds! 1, 2! That's it! Holy! The pyramid driver for the second time cinches a win for Ayama in a tag match. First it was on Kazumi, and now with Dashko. That was certainly interesting. Seems Maria Ramirez is looking to join the tag division and she's picking a partner. Speaking to somebody who she's trying to pick as a partner at least. Not quite sure who that was, couldn't see them fully, but right now we gotta move along because now it's time for 2 men who are near the end of the World Tag of the Final 20 circuit. It's the Hardcore Hornet, Steve Levy. And the man he's going to be taking on tonight is the Golden Star of SOW, Kaito Meiji. Sorry, I just love this thing. So, something interesting to note here is that Kaito Meiji was the one who eliminated Steve Levy from the final 20.
Fight.
And moreover on that, Kaito's actually in an incredible position in the rankings overall. Like this season, he's gone 16-3-1. Meaning out of 20 total matches, he has 16 wins, as well as a draw, giving him a win percentage of 80% overall. It also pretty much sets him up to be, I mean, at this point, a guaranteed #1 contender for the world title going into the next season. You could almost argue that he should be getting a challenge at Autumn Draft against Ryan Richardson before Ali Nagadomi, the man who won the final 20 on Straightaway, takes his shot at Victory Lane. I mean, it's not like you can't defend the title before that match. So it's very possible, if not almost guaranteed, that we will see Kaito Meiji versus Ryan Richardson at least once, one more time, before we get to Ali versus the SOW World Heavyweight Champion. Meiji is fighting the Hardcore Hornet with everything he's got. Steve Levy is looking for these avenues, these openings, where he can start putting in the punishment, but so far Meiji has been able to answer him pretty handily. Of course, that is not surprising when you're in the ring with a technician of the caliber of Kaito Meiji.
2, 3, 4,
Count up to 4.
5,
And now 5. They're still brawling on the outside here.
7, 5 minutes.
Count to 7.
8,
Up to 8. Both men back into the ring. That would have been insane if they got counted out brawling. Steve Levy with the 10 punches in the corner, followed by another nice stiff punch right after. That brawl on the outside seems to have favored him a little bit. But Kaito's not just going to sit back and let him have control. He's going to put this back into his pace as much as possible. Kicks Meiji to the outside. But Meiji doesn't sit out there long, slips back into the ring. What a turnover body slam there. And then the triangle scissors.
Give up.
Applied. With the knee lift. And now the sleeper hold.
Give up.
So far, it seems like Steve is doing a pretty good job of getting this thing in the pace he wants it. Much more of a brawl than a match. Well, Steve is no stranger to technical wrestling if he needs to do it. He's far more a fan of these hard-hitting strikes. Russian leg sweep. Kaito checks the back of his head, gets back up. Low drop kick takes out the legs of Steve. But Steve is back up. Senton. He might be able to weaken his legs, but he can still jump up enough to make that senton hurt. Kick to the chest. Kaito gets back up and back into the triangle.
Give up. Give up.
10 minutes gone.
We're 10 minutes into this matchup. Huge side slam there. Immediately goes for the sleeper hold, countered. Series of blows to the stomach. And now, these stiff punches. Goes behind, elbow drop into the cover, but Kaito has the ropes and he is taunting. He knew where he was. Hit that German suplex. Of course, Steve repays the favor with the ropes, but Kaito didn't seem all that worried about it until he got chopped in the chest there. Jesus. Now just stomping all over him. Goes into the figure four.
Give up.
Really working the legs
Give
here.
Give
And this
up.
deep figure four got his back to the ropes. Meiji manages to break the hold, but wasn't able to get the ropes to do so more easily. You can see the toll that this match is already having on Kaito. He's not used to this more brutal style here in SOW. He's only fought a few wrestlers that employ it, and I don't think any to the degree of passion that Steve Levy has.
Give up. Break.
However, I have faith that the Golden Star will be able to recover and adjust as he sets Steve up in the center here. We know what this means. That's right, Shining Star! But Steve right back up! Kaito assessing the situation, tries to employ a new strategy. Steve Levy, though, not letting up here, keeping on the pressure. Abdominal stretch.
Give up. Give up.
If he can keep this pressure going a little while longer, he might actually be able to wear down Kaito. But Kaito reverses into a figure four.
Break.
Gets too close to the ropes, though. Even with his back to them, he was starting to slip under.
One, two.
And Steve off the top, Hurricanrana gets the legs, but no, only a two. Now Kaito targeting the legs. Here we go, figure fours locked in. Backs to the rope, but oh my God! Steve just managed to slip his toes free. The tips of them toes got right on the ropes. Bionic elbow! Followed by a big chop and that big senton. Ushigoroshi from Kaito Meiji. Kaito is very much still in this match right now. Steve Levy, well, he's managed to put a beating to the Golden Star that Kaito probably hasn't experienced here in SOW. He hasn't managed to get the veteran to quit. The huge hammerlock lariat will take some of the breath out of Kaito's lungs. We've seen him pinned by lariats of that ilk in the past. Super kick. Elbow drop into the cover, but not enough, just a two. And Kaito sends Steve into the corner, sets him up to the top rope. And now, Dragon Suplex! Goes for the cover. Could this be it? No!
Give up.
Right back into that side headlock. He's been using that all match to keep the pace. Beautiful enziguri. Steve, though, Catches him. Oh no, runs down. And now punishing the leg a little.
Give up.
I think Kaito's thinking that he can use this to set up for another figure four and maybe fight this time get the tap.
Give up.
20 minutes gone.
Oh, he's working the arms too. Right back to it, drags him away from the ropes.
Give up.
Wearing down those arms to reduce the power
Give up.
that Steve Levy is able to employ. He might be thinking or worrying about that even flow DDT. Oh my God, Steve Levy. Wait, what's happening to the feed? Wait, okay, folks, give us just one moment. The feed is okay, thank God. Temporary outage there. Steve Levy back on top in control. Pulled down the straps, snap suplex from Kaito. He's trying to take back momentum here. Steve Levy was able to take it during that momentary outage after that top rope tombstone. That insane moment, Kaito was just unable to get the pin before Steve was able to recover enough, allowing Steve to kick out. And now Kaito really trying to wear down Steve some more. He saw the straps come down. It almost seems like he's gotten a little desperate with those straps removed. Here we go, this is what Steve was looking for earlier. The spine buster into a figure four.
Give up. Give up. Break.
Both men have employed 2 figure fours in this match. Neither man has been able to make the other one tap out. Chop block and a leg buster. And now elbow leg lock.
Give up.
Really working the knees and ankle here. Kaito back to the chokes. Trying to wear Steve down more and more.
Give up.
At this point, I don't know if Steve is going to be able to get an even flow or a Hornet Sting DDT out. Oh, but the big lariat, and now the Hornet's Nest. Wait a minute, Meiji taps! Meiji was working to prevent the DDTs, but he wasn't prepared for the Hornet's Nest sharpshooter. Alright, we are moving along with the World Tag 500 and well, I mean, it's pretty unsurprising that Nakanomi Ali or Ali Nakanomi would have quite a few things to say. Very arrogant behavior, very arrogant attitude from our Final 20 circuit winner, but I mean, I can't be surprised. That's just the Red Dragon. When he's at the top of the world, he's always like that. Right now, we're switching gears and starting the first of our World Tag 500 Round 1 matches here. It is Payne is Unbreakable! Now, their opponents are the team of Elijah Lee, the Terminator, and Unbounded Woo-Kon. And they have decided via the sign-up sheet that the team name they're going with here is Fate Unbound. This will be a very interesting situation. This is the technically second time we've seen these two compete as a team. The first time they competed as a team was actually in a handicap match. Which they were able to win. We'll have to see, can they win their proper tag team debut? Elijah and Aaron have a lot of history in SOW. From the time when Elijah was a member of Death Row. Back then gave Aaron a lot of grief, a lot of problems. Attacks backstage alongside Bakari. Oh yeah, I can't imagine Aaron has forgiven that, even though Elijah has also been betrayed by what is now the Paradise. And has had his own troubles with them. Aaron is not one to just move along. However, I do think his frustrations are generally more focused at Hermes Rhapsodies right now. Even with that said, though, Woo-Kon shouldn't just sit tight and relax, because Hermes Rhapsodies, as most of you back home know, or most of you in general should know, has moved into Japan for the Global Junior Scramble. He will not be here for essentially the rest of October and the majority of November, which leaves Aaron with no target for his aggression. So somebody like Elijah Lee, who's caused him problems in the past, that's definitely the perfect target to take things out on. Right now, however, it's Woo-Kon and Unbreakable Daichi Maita in the ring. Daichi had a very, very impressive attempt at winning the SOW National Heavyweight Championship. He came, I would say, closer than anybody else has to beating Byron, kicking out of the fall from grace, and nearly getting the win with the second Unbreakable DDT. But Byron was able to hold it together, hit the fall from grace for the second time, and retained his championship. And now Maita and Aaron both have to refocus and point their efforts at potentially getting the SOW World Tag Team Championships, because for everyone who weren't the World Tag Team Champions Death Row, they've just found out that now this competition isn't just for a shot at the titles. If you win the World Tag 500, you will be the SOW World Tag Team Champions. This is a big, big, big deal for everyone here in SOW. You want to win this tournament now. You've got to. Of course, to do that, you're gonna have to make it through 4 rounds of Swiss and have one of the 2 highest point totals at the end of it. And then you're moving straight to the finals, where you've still gotta win a 5th match. You're wrestling at least 4 times no matter what, unlike in the previous World Tag 500, where some teams only wrestle twice. Kick to the arm there, and then a corner crush. Jay Wukong staying in the ring for a good amount of time here. I think it's pretty clear that Fate Unbound will have some time that they need to put together their working, how they work together, I should say, their plan. Here we go, a tag to Elijah Lee. Perhaps Elijah was requesting Jay to handle Aaron until Aaron tagged out because he didn't want to have to deal with what Aaron wants to do. Oh my God, flips over. Face crusher there. Went for a backdrop, but Elijah slips through. Gets his arm caught, however, in a hammerlock or wrist lock there. Hammerlock. Oh, big rolling elbow, but gets right back up. And then another rolling elbow. And there is a hammer-locked suplex. Oh my God. Oh, went for the go to sleep, but Elijah able to slip free. And then an enziguri off the ropes takes Maita down. Maita comes off the ropes, knee drop to the back of Elijah Lee. And now an exchange of blows between these two. But that uppercut, very stiff. Now for the short arm scissor. However, making Daichi tap is probably impossible. Crowd is super into this, our second tag match, our second of 3 tag matches for the night. Pile driver from Daichi. Now knees to the arm. Aaron surprisingly not calling for tags here. Maybe he knows that his frustrations could become a liability in the matchup. He's trying to avoid making mistakes. Oh my God! Elijah taking the Unbreakable DDT. Goes for the cover. 1, 2. Nearly gets the 3. And now both men tagging out. Enziguri. Aaron, though, focus on the opponent who is actually legal. Tosses Wukong to the ropes, but Wukong barrels him down. Catapult to Jay Wukong, using the man's own body weight to create momentum for that explosion. Brings him off the ropes again, goes behind, but Jay Wukong with the back elbows. And then a rolling back elbow to the back of the head. But once again, the catapult. And a drop kick to the back. And now we're getting a back and forth here between Aaron and Wukong. Aaron swapped away from the chops for a moment for that quick kick. Now kick to the leg. But Wukon's just too strong, able to put Aaron back down on the mat. Walk through, vertical suplex. Picks him up. Aaron tossing Wukong out of the ring. Looking to brawl on the outside of it here. When he gets hit with a massive lariat there. Wukong with a double German.
5, 6.
Oh, hammerlock into the lariat. That Pepsi twist. Wukong sends him to the corner. Sets him up top. Follows him up. Aaron counters, rolls through into a pinfall. Aaron and Daichi are playing perfect defense here, cutting off the attempts to break up the pins without fail, staying in their corner as much as possible. And that kick just busted Jay open wide. I mean, Jesus. Did Aaron load his boot or something? Jay Wukong's forehead exploded open. Now Wukong losing his breath pretty quickly here. He's gonna need to tag out soon. Otherwise, this is not gonna end well for his team. Wait a minute. I don't know about that decision. That was dangerous. Taking too many risks by staying in this match. Oh, there he goes. Yeah, he realized it, that he was, as much as he wanted revenge, he needed to tag out. He's got the back fist, though, and he set up Elijah for the T800. But Aaron's up first. Tag to Maita. Oh, Aaron once again looking for the go to sleep. But Elijah has eaten that before. He does not want to eat it again. Spinning back kick there. Maita sends him off the ropes. Catches him. Beautiful. Beautiful T-bone. Went for the Skynet fall, but couldn't hit it. Daichi just slipped right under. Short arm scissor trying to weaken the arm, but we've seen that that may not be the best strategy. Yes, Daichi does hit those big DDTs, but it doesn't mean he can't make you go to sleep. And when I say that, I mean like sleeper hold, not the actual GTS. That's his partner's move. I realized that after I said it, just a moment later. Some big knees from Aaron. Quickly swapped in there to get some offense in. Now we're going back and forth. The big boots to the face. Rolling gunman giddy. Comes off the ropes, but stops short as Elijah gets up. And here we go. Argentine neckbreaker. But he's not done. Unbreakable. DDT 1, 2, 3. That's it. Well, with that, the first team of the World Tag 500 has scored their first points. Alright, and we are continuing. Our next match is, well, the final member of the Bangers. And she's up against somebody that I wouldn't have expected her to be excited to be facing. As she will be taking on Queen Chaos, Daya, who is coming fresh off of a pretty impressive victory at Overtake. Managed to make Cosme tap out, adding another run in the long-standing and quiet Cosme-Daya rivalry. But for right now, Charli is going to have to be the one dealing with the chaotic queen. Predict. I mean, Daya Keaton, when I say hard to predict, I don't mean in how they'll wrestle or what they'll do in the ring. I more so mean it's hard to predict how much we're going to get out of either one of them. Like, which one of them is going to win? If you had asked me a few months ago even, I would have been no questions asked going straight for Daya Keaton. But after her SOW Women's National title run, I mean, I think pretty much all Charli doubters have been completely silenced. Whether they like it or not, she proved herself in that run. And though her attitude still sucks, I honestly, I just cannot talk down her ability in ring. So, as things currently stand, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, like my mind wouldn't be blown if she defeated Daya Keaton here. Of course, that is no easy task, even if she has become an incredible wrestler, both women grabbing weapons at the same time, and Daya knocking Charli into the light tube that she set up out there. That's exactly the kind of thing I'm talking about when I say unpredictable. It's not at all what I meant. In fact, I clarified very, very clearly that I did not at all mean their unpredictability in ring. I just meant it's hard to predict who's going to win. But you know, I like to take credit for anything I say, even if it's not intentional. Anytime I look smart, I'm happy to take the credit. This is the time where somebody would normally ask me, what happens when you look dumb? And my response to that would have been, that's not my fault. You know, bad information. Lady, look, not on my side. Alas, I am the hero now. Daya Keaton with an axe handle to the outside and then just slamming Charli's back against the apron. You know, they say it's the hardest part of the ring. I feel like I've heard that once or twice.
5, 6.
Count kick up to 6 as they brawled on the outside for just a bit. And now Charli going straight after the arm. We do know that in her back pocket she has that Code of Silence cross prepared. She could employ that at any point if she works her arms down enough and she thinks that she can get you to tap. And we do know that Daya Keaton has a history of tapping out here in SOW. Or passing out if she's in too much pain. Though the majority of her history is based on her long-aged leg injuries, specifically the ankle injury she suffered quite a long time ago.
1, 2.
I've looked it up since, and I believe it was a Achilles tendon tear. that took her out of action for a significant period of time. And ever since then, she's been incredibly protective of her ankles and her legs as a whole. Nice cannonball there. But Daya continuing to put on the pressure. A monkey flip from Charli's scene. Doesn't go anywhere though as Daya immediately puts back on the pressure again. Arm breaker. Charli's looking for a way in here. But Daya's not giving it to her at all. And there's that swinging bomb. Another monkey flip from Charli. We're 10 minutes into this one. It's Charli going to the corner and another monkey flip. Rolls through the schoolboy, drop kick to the face, but Daya immediately back up and is just asking Charli for more. Shoves her back. The arm down, steps over, arm breaker.
Give up. Give up.
But Daya not tapping. Haven't worn her down enough for that. And now it's Daya's turn. Helicopter arm breaker.
Give up.
Charli's able to slip out this time. And now, ooh, the double arm breaker sit out style. Capture into a suplex. And there is the God's last gift, but the ropes far too close for Charli. And now Daya sets her up top. Tiger suplex, sheer drop from the top rope. Goes straight for the cover. 1, 2, no. Gets her up over the shoulder, running power slam. Both women back up. And again, that sit out double arm buster. Back into the step over for the arm breaker, really trying to get Daya to tap here. We see Daya's leg reaching for the rope, but Charli lets go before she gets it. Now Charli set up in the corner, back elbow. Daya Keaton, oh my God, what a hesitation drop kick there. Right to the skull of Charli's scene. And Daya Keaton has not let up the pressure since the beginning of this match, basically. Overlock body slam. Charli goes up top, she's stalking. Bulldog from the top. Raining down blows, but neither woman able to make a proper pin here as Charli is starting to taunt. Oh, the discus lariat! But Daya unable to make the cover there. Charli back to the double arm buster. But before anything more can come, Daya right back up. Snap suplex. I think Charli is going to have to lay in that Code of Silence cross if she wants to get the tap out win here. And Daya, I mean, she's got to fight Charli off. She can't let that happen if she wants to win. Oh, wait a minute. Swing through. Power slam. Could that do it? Goes for the cover. 1, 2. And that is it. Charli just took too much punishment to keep going. But I don't think this is the end for these two. Wait, what's going on? I didn't have the house scheduled for a segment here, but I guess that's what we're having. I wonder what they were. We don't often see them here in the ring anyway. It's like, usually if they have something to say, they say it on old VHS tape that we have to play. No woods in tow, it's just Bray and Dallas with life. Yeah, you can say that again. I mean, you know, that's fair. I think they surprised all of us, to be honest. Okay. Are they just here to tell us their plans for Saturday? It's like that could have been an email. Oh? Wait, what? What's going on? Huh? Who? What? Pope has joined the house? No look, no nickname, and she's doing the pose. Oh my God, Aaliyah Pope has joined the House of Troubles. Okay, so after that bombshell of a reveal, it is time for us to move along to the main event of tonight's episode of Ignition. But I don't know, I mean, how can we just move along after finding out that not only is Aaliyah Pope back, but she's joined the House of Troubles. The last time we saw Aaliyah Pope was episode 53 of Ignition, where she got injured in what was originally her return from a long absence after High Gear episode 22 against Lilith. And now, here she is back, but we have to move along because now we're going to get to find out who the mystery opponents for Death Row are in round 1 of the World Tag 500. And is that the music for the Destined Saviors? Are we getting another big return right after Aaliyah Pope? Oh my God! Judas Madness is back! I might lose my mind. Oh, I might lose my absolute mind. Back-to-back massive returns! Aaliyah Pope, first away for some significant period, returned at 53, got injured, and then returned again here tonight. And now Judas Magnus, who has been injured since the last World Tag 500, is back again. What an incredible night. Following up what it was an insane night on Straightaway, we have an immediate jump into another insane night here on Ignition 64. I mean, I've got to hope that 65 doesn't have anything big going on because Jesus Christ, I'm going to lose my voice if I keep having to make reactions to crazy shit like this. Well, the Destined Saviors are back together and back in perfect wrestling shape. Judas didn't look like... he hasn't done much. I shouldn't say anything yet. I was about to say he hasn't missed a step, but he literally did like 2 moves. Body slam from Hideaki. Trent is actually employing an impressive breadth of technical skill here. I mean, it's hard to remember sometimes that Trent is a genuinely excellent wrestler because of how often he relies on the more, I don't want to say brutish, but the more physical aspects of just punching and stomping and biting and hitting people with chairs, as we saw him attempt to do earlier in this very match. But now Clint and Judas, the legal men. Clint isn't much of a technician himself, but he isn't a brawler. He's more of a classical style wrestler. Does employ strikes, largely those close punches, but he employs them alongside a litany of suplexes and throws. Largely vertical suplexes, not many Germans. And he also loves to employ the lariat. We've seen him win plenty of matches with that clothesline from hell. Spine busters, Death Valley drivers, you name it. We just saw a lariat there. Now a tag to Hideaki. Ooh, Polish hammer to the chest of Clint. And now a head scissors takedown into just a quick head scissors choke. Somersault kick, go behind, kicks the legs out from under him. Now soccer kick to the back, followed by a soul butt. Clint looking for a tag to Trent. Kip up from Hideaki. The Destined Saviors in top form here. Snap suplex from Judas, goes back to the apron. Hideaki with a sweep kick. Trapping the legs, kicking at the side of Trent. Stomp to the chest, followed by a stomp to the head. A quick elbow, and now a tag to Judas. Frequent tags from the Destined Saviors, which is not surprising. That has always been a hefty part of their strategy, are those frequent tags. They really are back and in top form right away. It feels insane to be watching a Destined Saviors match here in SOW. It's been months.
Give up.
Judas has been on the shelf with that rotator cuff tear for so long. Tombstone, immediate sit-up from Trent Taylor. Now backbreaker, and right back to the frequent tag to Hideaki. Going band for band here. And Trent Taylor's those punches to the dome went out. Sets Hideaki up in the corner, and now more punches raining down on the Blazing Lion. Huge hook kick. Oh, nice jawbreaker counter from Trent. I always hate when I have to compliment Death Row. Even though they haven't been using the underhanded tactics for the most part, but they've grown, it became part of their name when they were just a stable under Kevin Daniels. But ever since becoming the Paradise, they mostly seem to step away from the more despicable of the means. Moonsault, but not the legal man, so can't make the cover, so he immediately moves away. Now Trent Taylor pushing Judas back towards his corner. Judas Magnus, though, with that neck breaker. God, it's been forever since we've seen that neck breaker play here. Oh my God, what a forearm from Trent Taylor. Hammerlock counter, gets the ropes, forces the break. Solid series of strikes from Trent, who immediately tags to Clint after. And now Judas sends Clint to the corner. Hideaki taking care of business in that corner where Judas was trying to take care of Trent, but Trent manages to get the upper hand, leaving Clint and Judas both having suffered some damage from the opposing partners. But it's Judas who gets the advantage with a wheel kick. Tag to Hideaki. Step up, and there's the Demon Fang, first time in the match. Clint pulling Hideaki down into that bulldog choke. Hideaki manages to slip free. Clinton's taking a lot of damage here, so he is having a hard time recovering. Exploder out of the corner. You can see Clint clutching at his back. He is not feeling good right now. Of course, we've seen in the past Clint's back cause him problems. Hideaki gets down at the count of 3, still has enough time to get back up top. Missile drop kick into the neck spring. And now another big drop kick. This time Clint has managed to recover more than enough. Hot kick to the stomach. Oh my God. Clint off the ropes. Flying forearm, and then drops the fist right on the dome. Hideaki with the flatliner into the Koji clutch.
Give up. Give up.
But Clint not willing to give up there. Tag to Judas. Huge kick to the back of the head. But manages to block the double team attempt. Exploder power slam, but not the legal man has to let go. Can't get a cover like that.
Give up. Break.
There's the break. Sweeping hip throw from Clint Cassidy, who goes up top for the elbow drop, but it does not land. Now Judas stretching out that leg. I always say it, you take out a bigger man's legs, you're going to take out his vertical base. That lowers a lot of what they can do in ring. Now we're band for band here, 20 minutes into this matchup. Rolling lariat. Judas Magnus on the mat after that. Get a headlock takeover. But Judas fighting back, series of chops. We've got to wonder if there's ring rust at all on Judas Magnus. Will Clint Cassidy be able to take advantage of it and garner the win? Or is, I didn't say Judas Magnus, I meant Clint Cassidy. I was gonna say, is Judas in too good of condition for ring rust to matter at all? And there comes that neck breaker this time to Clint. Goes for the cover. First instance of cut play in the match. Now Judas has Clint in the corner. Sets him up top. Snapdragon suplex from the top rope. Calling for the V-trigger here. Hits it. That Demon Fang. German suplex. Ripcord into another Demon Fang. Lifts him up. Oh my God. Martin. Sucks. But Trent Taylor able to break up the cover. That was it if there was no cut play left. Nobody has kicked out of Majin Ringokusat's other than Judas Magnus' very own partner, Hideaki Kurata. And there's a tag from Clint Cassidy to Trent Taylor. Oh my God! Snapdragon! The German Demon Fang! Is it time? Majin Ringokusatsu! successful return for the Destined Saviors, and what a rough start to the World Tag 500 for the SOW World Tag Team Champions. Well, that is all we have for the night, folks. As always, I am your lead analyst, Devil D, and I am signing off. I'll see you guys next week.